So another project here. Headlights went out, or at least this one did, and my original intent was to upgrade to LED. Got these nice LEDs. They say okay, they're compatible. At least eBay said that. It's got the same plug, but yeah, they're not compatible. Evidently I found out you have to buy these relay set to upgrade to LED, because this is what they call a negative switch. When the low beam's on, this is the ground, and then these two are 12 volts. And then when it switches the high beam on, this becomes the ground, and then these two are 12 volts or a little bit higher. So it's a little bit different setup. So that's what I'm going to do today, is hopefully pull off my grill, my 1992 to 4runner, plug in this wiring harness, and plug these in, and hopefully they work, and then I can install them correctly. See how it goes. So in my vehicle here, went ahead and removed the coolant water bottle. There was this little plastic shield here which is connected to the air intake, and then here is my light connection. But I just wanted to show you, these are the connectors, or these are the type of light bulb, like I said, that these older model 4runners, I guess Mitsubishi, a lot of the foreign probably vehicles had these, and probably still a lot of cars out there do. So according to the instructions, only one of these plugs is used for this wiring relay, and then both lights get plugged. Of course, this runs from one side of the vehicle to the other. So I did this so I can plug it in, make sure the lights work before I tear the front end apart, and then I can install it properly. So I just want to verify that this system, which everything that I researched looks like it should take care of that problem, but we shall find out. Alright, well, it's always good to read the instructions before you get started on any project, and this one, once I removed this cover to expose that switch, which I thought was where the connection is supposed to go, you can actually see there is a cable that goes to power. So here's what I've done. This is my, like I said, my 1994 runner. There's a connection here. I plugged the relays and used that as a ground, and then ran this wire that has a built-in fuse, and luckily I have this post here which lets me connect to right to that positive of the battery. And then I ran the cables, came out here where the headlight goes, and like I said, there is only one connection that plugs into the what's going to be the old switches, or the old connectors. This was, and then these new ones, these orange ones, which I have here, are going to be for the new LED headlights. So I've temporarily grounded them to the chassis. I'm going to plug them in. You can see I ran this one right here, and then once I make sure they work, I'm going to go ahead and run this cable, tuck it up underneath here, and replace the headlight and put those LED headlights in. The other thing I want to do is these lights that I bought, this actually turns on. It's a daytime running light, but you can also plug it in to the turn signal. Forget which one's which, but I think the green is, and I can check that out, it's not a big deal. But these cars, of course, old 1990, never came with daytime running lights, so I did buy a switch, also plugs into the battery, that does have daytime running lights, so I'll probably do that later. For now, I just want to make sure they work, because I've been driving around with one headlight at night, And once I verify that, then finish up the installation for the lights. Okay. Alright, so moment of truth. This is parking light. That should be low beams. And it is where they are working. So these, I don't know if you can see it here, but these two rows are the low beams. This comes on when the high beams come on. Like I said, these are daytime running lights, or they're also the turn signals. So I'm going to try to hook the turn signals on, so at least that's working, and then I'll figure out the daytime running lights later on. But yeah, they are working. Of course, look much brighter than the old school halogen lights, so makes it easy. Don't have to cut anything, because like I said, all you're using is this one connection. This one is just, like I said, sitting there. So I'm not sure what you're supposed to do with it, but yeah, I'm happy. This wiring harness, I bought it on I think I got it on Amazon, but eBay had it too. It's like $20. I think I paid like 50, 45, something like that for the headlight. So now that I know they work, let me try the high beams. And so high beams. I don't see the blue light. That's very dim for some reason. So high beams on. You can see now the two outer rows and the inner one is on. And same thing here. So everything is working the way it's supposed to. So cool. You can see, I think they'll look nice once they're installed. Alright, so here's where I'm at. Grill came off. My 4runner had to remove these two side pieces. Not a big deal. You can see my turn signals are actually down here and not in the side markers. So right now I just have my hazard lights on. I wanted to plug this in. You can see, so there's the power coming into the green is the turn signal light. And if I swap it out, you can see that it becomes white. So these would actually be the daytime running lights, which, like I said, I'm going to figure out what I can use in order to have daytime running lights for this old 1992 Toyota 4runner. So unfortunately, I do not have the male plug that goes into these connectors, so I think I'm just going to put the lights on for now, and later on go buy something that I can splice into here, run it to the power, and then I'll have basically both the upper ring and this turn signal. So definitely should not be a issue. So, but here is the wiring. I'm going to loosen up the radiator support so that I can push this back, because I was trying to squeeze the cables in there, but kind of smashing up the plastic cover there. So and then this one, I grounded it there because I didn't remove the battery and all this stuff. This one I just ran the ground to here, so it's hopefully metal to metal and there won't be any issue. So install is done. Loosened up the transmission. The radiator, was able to push the cable. Gotta zip tie them so that they're not leaning against the radiator. I just got to cut those. Like I said, I used that right there as the ground for this light. You can see the headlights are working, and yeah, it looks pretty good. So now that I know they're working and everything is connected, like I said, instructions tell you to mount these relays. I just found, like I said, it's actually the ground screw that goes to the battery terminal. Use that, which kind of worked perfectly because they're able to tuck in the cables. Ran this one underneath, of course, this headlight. And like I said, there's only one connection. So this side, I kind of tucked it up right in here, so it's not plugged in anything. This one I still have to put that little plastic cover that I removed earlier, and then my coolant reservoir. So, but yeah. And then, like I said, once I figure this thing out, I will see if I can put daytime running lights, and then I'll plug in my turn signal. So both of these will be flashing. So much nicer looking, of course, than the factory back in 1990. All right, so everything is put back together. Super bright the way it looks. Like I said, this tucked up nicely. There's my 12 volts. Ran the wiring underneath here. You can hardly see that it's been installed. Put the cover back on, and like I said, the original connector for this headlight is sitting back there. What's kind of nice about that is if you wanted to, you could buy one of these pigtails, well, actually probably the male end, and use that, run a switch inside if you wanted to put some extra off-road lights or something on your vehicle. My rig is pretty much stock for being in 1990. There's not a lot that was done to this other than just maintenance and upkeep. But yeah, it looks really nice. I like it. Like I said, there was no cutting into the original factory stuff, so if somebody wants to put it back together, there's no issues. So I'll put some links in there to this stuff. Like I said, I think I got the headlights for like $45. Ordered them on eBay. They came from Amazon evidently, so I'm not sure how that works. And then, like I said, this wiring harness, I think I got it also for $20. That I also bought on Amazon. So, but yeah, it works out perfectly. Low beams, high beams, and like I said, it's got this ring that you can use as daytime running lights, but also turns amber. So what I'm going to do is, these are my turn signals here. These are just the marker lights. I will be putting them and making those work. So gotta go. Got the mosquitoes on me right now.